Hello, everybody. And we are live. Okay. Hi, everybody. You know the drill. My name is Justin Publon. Urologist with WisconsinDebags.com. Also a storm chaser. We're going to talk about the snow that's coming for Wisconsin, most of Wisconsin tonight. And a little bit heavier in the south. And we'll talk about that. So let's go into it real quickly. This is the chase map on WisconsinDebags.com, also known as a live map. Just watching how these reflectivities are moving out of Iowa with this system. And you're seeing a lot of snow reports coming in around Omaha. That's a good sign. When you look at these reflectivities, again, there's no precip type coloring on there. I would say that generally south of, I would say about here right now, it's mix probably, but that'll be changing over to a snow. And I'll get to questions at the end. Yeah, so here's my track right now for the heaviest snow at the moment. Again, we'll talk more about northern Wisconsin in just a second. But you can tell generally, what are we looking for here at this level? You know, is it healthy looking or is it kind of spotty or whatever? I think this looks healthy. I think this is going to come through pretty well. These darker greens are like inch per hour snowfall rates. Okay, so that's what you're going to need, and that's probably what we're looking at tonight to get the snowfall amounts that we're forecasting. Here's just another look at that, and I was just watching these snow reports pop up over here. You may have a hard time seeing them, but I'm seeing a lot of 4s and 5s. I even see a 7 there towards the very end. So that's what's upstream, and it's coming our way. Okay. Another look at this, and if I refresh it to the latest image, really quick, you're going to see basically the same thing I just showed you. Anyways, here we go. Was it winter weather advisory until noon Wednesday for a lot of northern Wisconsin. It looks like up even along Lake Michigan shoreline here. From the National Weather Service, and we'll talk about what the snowfall amounts are going to be up in this region. Not so much up in here, I guess, and that's fine. I mean, it's just a matter of, I guess, technicality. You know how you want to treat it. In terms of headlines, as they call it. And then with the winter storm warning down in this region of Wisconsin until noon on Wednesday for heavier snow amounts. I actually don't need that at the moment. Let's go through the event on the HR model run here. And that's off center, so we'll go back to this. Picking it up, this is actually an older run. I'm going to get the latest run if I can. Sorry about that. I loaded this a long time ago. I've just been sitting on it. Okay, 16Z run. Back to about now. So here we are about now, and it looks like the model's doing okay picking it up. You see that it's got the snow across Iowa, as we mentioned. That'll be moving this way. But you also, another thing to look at is how widespread this is. And it's like a band that's moving like this as opposed to like this, right? Because that's how you're getting that widespread aspect to it. Again, it's not a major system, not a major low pressure or anything. It's just got a lot of upper level dynamics going for it. To go through time here. All right, so about 3 p.m. This is 3 p.m. on the HR model, showing snow starting to pick up in the Dubuque, Iowa area, which is right along the Wisconsin-Iowa border here near the Mississippi River. If you're looking at the radar right now, it looks like it's ahead of schedule. That might be the case, but typically there's some dry air right at the start that you have to work through. So by 3 p.m., I would say that it's probably snowing now in Dubuque. And then from about 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. tonight, that's when it's going to spread through the rest of Wisconsin. So going to 22Z. So this is 6 p.m. Okay, it's already into Madison, moving into eastern Wisconsin. And the other thing to note is this model has heavier snow down in here, the heaviest bands, but you're probably also getting some moderate to heavy bands up in here for a few hours. So as we take it through time, by about 10 p.m., no, is that 10? Let me just check. 6? No, sorry, this is 8 p.m. and then here's 10 p.m. Snowing across a lot of Wisconsin, but already back on this back edge here, starting to clear out in the weekend. Okay, at about 10 p.m. already. So that's something to note. And then as I go through this evening, it really kind of thins out overnight. I mean, this is by 3 a.m. on the HR model, really thinning out already. Okay, so that's that, and then that's as far as the model goes for now, and that's all we really need. Okay. The other thing to note with this is some of the models, not all of them, have a little bit of a mix that moves into this region just either after the snow, the majority of the snow has fallen, so it may not be much of a factor. But also some things that can happen on the backside is you get a little drizzle or something going on, a freezing drizzle, but with the roads probably being treated, wouldn't have to worry too much about that, but just something to note. This is a precip timing graphic, and I think this is okay graphic. I think this is just trying to tell you that there's that chance of maybe a mix in there in the very far southern Wisconsin. But by this point, most of the damage is done. I mean, you're getting most of that accumulation in here. This is just a look at the winter storm warning verbiage from the National Weather Service, and I mean, what you really need to pay attention to is here. They're going total snow accumulation 6 to 8. All right, that's fine. I would agree. Yeah. What heavy snow expected? Pretty simple, and that's good. All right, simple does it. Yeah, Madison was also included, but I would have to show you the bigger graphic. I just wanted to show you what the National Weather Service is saying. Now, what is my opinion on this event? Okay, here's the GFS from this morning, the latest run. And this is the snowfall accumulation prediction. This will look lower probably than what you've seen recently. And the GFS hasn't been very consistent. But in conclusion, I'm liking what I see from overall this heavier, kind of like a zone of solid accumulation, not necessarily going over the top, right? But, yeah, I mean, almost for a lot of people, 6 inches of snow on this model. In that zone, you'd have to watch it up in here. I think that this is more likely to be a 2 to 4 inch zone. I don't see any more than that up in northern Wisconsin. The question is where is this line going to end up being? And it's different between the models. So anyway, but yeah, you're seeing, okay, generally speaking, looks like about 6 inches on this model around in and through there. Sorry. Yeah, that, and then we're going to go, I'm blending this with the NAM, which I like the NAM on its placement, but I don't like its heaviest snow amounts. I think that's too heavy. But basically, we're trying to compare these two models and say, where do we think the heaviest snow is going to be? Probably somewhere through southwest Wisconsin up into Madison, lesser amounts north and lesser amounts northern Illinois, past maybe that first few rows of counties on the Wisconsin-Illinois border. So the GFS typically is pretty aggressive with the snowfall amounts in those margins where it's kind of a fight between mixed, so sleet, rain, and snow. So I tend to not go with that, but I think with this event, it wouldn't surprise me if the GFS were somewhat right on that. Again, I'm not going to go crazy with it. So yeah, this is my forecast at this moment. I'm going to zoom out a little bit to help. So I have 2 to 4 as a zone in northern Wisconsin. I think when we look at these models, that seems to check out pretty well. Okay, the question is where are you going to go over 4 inches? Where is that reliably going to happen? And I just don't see that happening in mass in the north. Maybe up to 4 inches, maybe widespread 4 inches. That's fine, but I mean, we're talking about impacts here. 2 to 4 inches in the north, people. That's normal. You know what I mean? Now in the south, I had a 4 to 7 inch zone, and I've kind of stuck with it. I haven't changed it too much in terms of the magnitudes because, I don't know, I just like to keep it somewhat the same over time. Now, if everybody ends up in the 6 to 7 inch range in southern Wisconsin, fine, that's great. And I would not be surprised at all. But I like the 4 to 7 because it covers that, what if scenario of maybe there's just some gaps in the snowfall amounts, or it's not moderately intense. It's not falling at the rate that it was forecast to the entire time. Because really, it's very important that for those 3 to 4 hours or even 5 hours where it's snowing moderate to heavy, that it's always snowing moderate to heavy. Because if you get an hour that misses, then you're down, and you know what I mean. So, but then I want even a step further, and I want a 7 to 10 here through southwest Wisconsin, even portions of northwest Illinois and northeast Iowa. I don't know. When I look at it, I feel that's a bit risky, but I think that we're trying to if I'm trying to nail down an axis, because remember, the GFS doesn't have that; it just has a broad zone, but the European does have that. And so, or sorry, the NAM European looks very similar to the NAM, just a little bit different on the axis, but generally the same. So, anyways, I want 7 to 10 in there. Again, if everybody in that zone was at 7 inches and there were no tens, I'd be okay with that with this event. But there's also that potential you could go higher. So again, 7 to 10 means you have a chance. You're likely to get seven. There's a chance you could get 10, but it doesn't mean you're going to get it. Same with 4 to 7. You're likely to get four, but you're probably not going to get seven. Or I mean, there's a chance you could get seven, but you're probably not going to go over that so much. And then in the north, yeah, 2 to 4. The other thing that was a little bit of a bugaboo with this system is Minnesota looks like it could get higher snowfall amounts. The issue with that is I'm not going to bend the forecast too much just to cater to Minnesota. I love Minnesota, but for the context of meaning of Wisconsin here, we're going to stick with a 2 to 4 in the north. There's also one of the issues I've seen, and this may not happen, but if you look at this zone right here, through northern Wisconsin, there is a little bit lower zone, maybe like a 1 to 3 or 2 to 3 zone. But overall, I think everybody gets snow tonight. It's just a matter of how much. And but yes, also I just want to make sure I did hit on the timing, but it looks like it's going to be tonight, mainly overnight. Okay, by early Wednesday morning, it's wrapping up and done with. I got this all summarized on the website right now. I have a blog and a storm event forecast up, and you can kind of peruse the information there. The blog is really just a general information. It's just kind of like this most simplistic format I could put the information into to get everybody kind of on the same page. Whereas the storm event is more of a technical discussion or kind of how I arrived at this conclusion, because I go through the live stream explaining what I did, but sometimes there's more detail I can add by writing in the text there. So this is just if you're interested. I mean, this may not be for everybody, but it's kind of where I start. What I've learned over the last few months is, I love to cater to everyone. I want to do what everybody wants, but I have to do what works for me, and this is sort of naturally, intuitively where I start is with this thought process, and then I just share it, and it works. If for somebody like me who struggled with a little bit of burnout, just doing something is helpful and good. So anyway, that's what I got for you for that. I will have another update later today on the YouTube probably for what's coming ahead, but I just wanted to kind of focus on this storm for now. With that, I'll try to get to some of your questions really quick. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah. All right. So, again, if you have any questions about how much it's going to snow in your city, please go to the website and look up the maps, and they'll kind of help you out with that. The European, I'm not showing for a reason. I'm keeping it down to GFS and NAM because I have to explain when I go to the European. I have to explain why the 10 to 1 is not good enough or why it doesn't necessarily work out. But I think that when you look at the NAM here, it's pretty close. The European would be like this with that heavy snowband. That's all. And because it's at 10 to 1, right? Because when I say 10 to 1, that means liquid precipitation or liquid precipitation to snow. What is that ratio? So if you get 1 inch of liquid precipitation falling from the sky, that would be 10 inches of snow. But you're getting a higher, more efficient snowfall rate in here, probably close to 12 to 1, or if not 15 to 1 at times. So anyways, just a bunch of math. And I, like I just said, I wasn't going to go into it, but I did anyway. So that's funny. Oh, I lost your comments here. So let me go into it again. Sorry about that. I was talking. Hey, Tim. Oh, Tim, Wisconsin weather, the only forecast worth listening to. Thank you very much, Tim. I appreciate that so much. Chad is saying would rather get his info from a news station out of Madison. That's fine. Guys, don't just get one source. Get all the sources. Look at them all. Okay, have a spectrum of information. Don't, you know what I mean? And you might get, I've known this because I've looked at, I was in the same boat as you. Like, some station says 5 inches, another station says 10, another says 15, another says 20. Okay, how do you make that decision? Well, look at your intuition. Okay, what do you think is going to happen? What do you see happening? Okay. I'm just trying to show you the information. Hoping it shifts a bit north to Sauk County. Would like to get some snow since we have no place to go. Yeah, and I heard another one, Austin saying there might be another one on Friday. We'll see about that. I don't want to go too deep into it. I don't think it's going to be a major system on Friday. I think there could be some snow though. Hi, Janice. Yeah, thank you for the information. You're welcome. I'm just sharing it. I'm just here because I love sharing the weather with you guys, and I'm excited too. I'm up here in Oshkosh. I would love to be in that 7 to 10 inch band or wherever the heavy snows are, but sometimes the it doesn't work out that way, and that's fine. But for you guys here in Dubuque, I'm rooting for you. Again, I love snow. I love all that everything that comes with it. This time of year, don't ask me when you ask me that question in April. I'll probably say the opposite because I want to see thunderstorms. But right now, yes, I love the snow and I want to see this work out. It's just fun for me. It's fun. I'm not here because it's my job. It's not here because I have to be. It's because I want to be, and that's been a big thing for me lately. So thank you guys for watching again. I'm kind of digressing, but I'd like to reach out and hang out with you guys. Margie would like more snow in Kenosha. Sorry, words are tongue tied there. Kenosha, yeah, I would like to see more snow there too, but I know tendency is to not have it there being as much snow there with thermal profiles. It tends to be warmer. More urban areas like Milwaukee and Kenosha tend to underperform with the snow. So I just try to like not overdo it there. I try to do somewhat conservative. And then you see that from the National Weather Service too. It's a temperature at the surface that tends to run warmer and cause more issues for the snowfall. But with this situation, I think a lot of the temperatures are going to be in the upper 20s when the snow's falling, and plus it's overnight, so you have a higher likelihood of accumulation in the metro areas between Madison and Milwaukee and Janesville. Oh, yep. Yep. And again, just check out the website. Go to wisconsindx.com, and there I have maps everywhere if you're looking for snowfall predictions. This map right here that I have up is basically the 7 to 10 zone right there, and then the 4 to 7. One other thing I could probably go into here is, again, this is to me still somewhat of a struggle. I think what that ends up looking like, because I really wanted to cut it down in here, this 4 to 7, right? Because we're trying to separate where is the 2 and 3 amounts from where the 6 and 7s are. And I think that's what this kind of pink zone is doing. And I wanted to trim that down a little bit, but then a lot of the models have more snow here. So it's kind of one of those things where typically you don't have you're trying to avoid the S shape. You want to kind of flatten that out. Okay, and that's what I try to do there. But it's a challenge. It always is, and I'm hopeful that it works out. Yeah, thanks, Rick. Thank you, Rick, very much. Yeah, I'm just hanging out. Brad is saying we need more in the Fox cities. Well, yeah, I agree. Although I would say that Fox cities with the last storm got probably 3 to 4 inches of snow, and we're doing better than some other places actually up in east central Wisconsin relative to the snow. I mean, I think the north is still down regionally. It hasn't had as much snow this year, but in the south is doing pretty well. I think we've had 1 or 2 events already in the south that have done well for snow. So, and this will be a third one. We're too early to talk about next week yet, Saul, but that's a good question. I'll be talking on my YouTube video. I'll go into deeper detail in the long range. Any chances the lakeshore counties will be upgraded to winter storm watch? I don't know. I mean, at this stage, it would go to a warning. They won't even do the watch because the watch is sort of before the warning. We're already in the storm essentially. And I mean, right near the lakeshore. Again, I'm not an expert on the right near the lakeshore zone because I've always lived in Oshkosh here. I've never really seen how this all pans out in here, but I often see the models doing less right along the lakeshore, and then inland you have this higher amounts there. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know how the National Service figures it. I mean, looking at the NAM with these again, I like the NAM on the placement of the heaviest snows. I don't like it for its higher amounts. I like GFS somewhere in between there and here, blended together. I think is good. Yeah, I don't know about the lakeshore, but maybe we'll see how things evolve. We'll see how it evolves. Good question. Hi, Tony. Thank you very much. Wow, thank you for the kind compliments. You know, Yeah, I'll let you guys go. I could digress and do a lot of things, but thank you for watching. I'm going to do one more video, and check out the YouTube page, check out the website, and I'll try to keep you updated tonight. I'm going to be watching it as it comes in. I've been, like I've said, with Facebook, I would love to be more involved, but it's just not working out for me at the moment. So I kind of just keep my distance and I post things occasionally. I'm really comfortable on the website right now. I feel like I like the kind of the smaller setting, and I just get to do my thing and enjoy it. So thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later.